In Buenos Aires, the tango is everywhere. There are tango dancers on the streets, tango shoes in the stores. There are countless bars where you can see and hear the tango, and schools where you can learn it. But it is the healing power of the tango that has prompted an innovative therapy program at the largest psychiatric hospital in Argentina. Roberta Walker has that story.
At the grand finale of the Buenos Aires Tango Festival, thousands of people are dancing in the streets. A couple of downtown blocks are closed to traffic and filled with the sound of live music. On the darkened streets, couples embrace and dance their sexually charged duets, proof that the tango lives on the streets of Argentina. It's not a dance of the young or the old. Everyone is out dancing. And yes, it's glamorous, passionate, romantic, suggestive. But the power of the tango reaches far beyond the fancy footwork and beautiful people. For porteños, the people of Buenos Aires, the music, poetry, and movements of the tango are part of their cultural identity. For Silvana Pearl, who is a psychoanalyst and tango dancer, it is these deep cultural roots that give the tango its healing powers. Silvana is no stranger to the Sunday afternoon milonga in Belgrano Park. In this wealthy suburb, neighbors indulge in that traditional social ritual of gathering in an outdoor pavilion to dance tango. 3 years ago, her love of tango and her work as a psychoanalyst converged at the country's largest psychiatric hospital for men, the Borda. She had a hunch that the tango could break through the isolated world of psychotics and offer them links to their identity and to the community.
I worked for 6 months in the hospital without this tango program. And I observed that they love tango, they hear tango, and we have older people. So they had the tango experience in their life. Maybe that their parents dance tango, or in their homes they hear radio or music. Most of them know letters of tango, and they saw the dance.
She discovered the tango works as a cultural touchstone which allows the patients to access memories and behavior from their past. It connects them to a time before they were hospitalized and to the social rituals where they learned normal behavior. But the other problem for the patients is isolation from everyday social life. And Silvana believes that situation only makes their illness worse.
One of the worst problems is the exile. That means that people are in the hospital without a relation with the outside society. So I thought that maybe tango, like a dance and like a music, a very good medium to relation people inside the hospital to people, to the community.
Silvana's solution was tango lessons. By offering regular tango classes at the Borda, she could create a social space where patients and people outside the hospital could come together and share a tango experience. But to do this, she had to do some recruiting. What she needed was volunteers, mostly women, to come and dance with the men at Borda. Now, at any given class, there are 5 or 6 volunteers who come regularly. One of them is Martina. As most of them find out, there's more to the experience than just dancing.
It was the first time I was in contact with patients. And first I was shocked, but in the same time it was very emotional to see them and to touch them and to feel them. And then now it is I don't see them like patients. I don't see them like locos. They are for me neutral. But at the end, sometimes after the classes, we are talking about the man, and sometimes I'm listening, oh yeah, he was violating women and he was doing this and that, and it scares me.
But part of the program is to try to dispel the fear of mental patients. Silvana hopes the tango lessons will help people see the person behind the illness. The chronic care section of the Borda is dingy and old. Big sections of the building are abandoned, and the elevator hasn't worked for years. The stairwell has a faint smell of urine, and stray cats wander down the halls. But when we reach the floor, the scene is more lively. Some patients are making bunny-shaped soaps for Easter, and paintings from an earlier art class are scattered around the room. These artistic touches are the work of Christina Gartland, who is trying to make big changes to the hospital environment.
La idea es transformar esta idea de manicomio.
We want to transform the concept that a psychiatric hospital is a loony bin.
Christina is a psychoanalyst and the director of the department.
Interesada siempre por todas las manifestaciones.
I have always been interested in all the expressions of art and culture, which allow patients to make social contact in a different way. I think it's the basis of well-being, and it gives them the opportunity to be more flexible, to interact with others, and to participate in all aspects of art and culture.
When it's time for tango, life at Borda changes. Silvana goes around the hall encouraging patients to come to class. The tango shoes are brought into the room, the women from the community arrive, and Juan Manuel Fernandez, one of Argentina's great tango teachers, arrives, wearing a pressed pink shirt. The class begins.
Bueno, vamos a empezar, ¿sí? Así, en ronda, como estamos, en fila y caminamos, ¿sí? A caminar, vamos.
Tom is a regular volunteer who comes to the class twice a month.
I didn't think I'd learn tango when I came to Buenos Aires. I'm an appalling dancer at the best of times, and then such a technical dance as tango, I didn't think I'd, give it a try. But you're in Buenos Aires, you have to dance some tango. Everyone does.
Con ritmo, con ritmo.
And on board it's completely different. The ambience is much more relaxed. There's a certain feeling of everyone having their own space, and everyone's more just going at their own pace, so you don't feel any pressure at all. It was perfect for me in that respect. As it goes on, though, I've thought less of Borda as a psychiatric hospital and as somewhere that I just go and learn to dance tango, and it just so happens it's in the psychiatric hospital, and it just so happens that some of the other people doing the tango are psychiatric patients. But it is a very strange place to go and learn it.
For many patients, the tango lesson reaches deep into their memories. For some of them, it releases the steps of the dance. For others, song, or even poetry.
La dulzura de tus besos, vago solo por el mundo sin amor. Otras bocas más felices serán las
cuando en burdela de vino esté siguiendo esta barra, grito con toda esta barra, que viva el tango argentino.
For Silvana, the healing powers of the tango are endless. It can heal souls, change lives, and help alter the way people see mental patients. That has certainly been the case for Tom.
You realize, okay, well, they are psychiatric patients and they do have psychiatric problems, but at the same time that they are people, they have personalities, they are engaged with their environment, they're engaged with the people around you, and that's amazing for me to have learned that.
For The World This Weekend, I'm Roberta Walker in Buenos Aires.